Welcome to a special post-game edition of PantherCast this week. I'm your host, Dr. Erik Okeson with Okeson Chiropractic. We're going to be interviewing head coach Mike Zweber after an awesome 17-0 victory over the Rosemount Irish. Coach, awesome win tonight. Your defense really showed up. You guys started off 0-0 throughout the game until the third quarter. What made the big difference there in the second half? You guys coming out and really opening up the floodgates.
Well, you kind of mentioned it right there. The defense played an amazing game tonight. I couldn't be more proud of our entire team, but our defense especially was. They played lights out. I think you said that, and they kept us in the ball game, and we were able to get some ground game going in the second half. A big turnover. Cody Schenkelberg came up with a big interception for us after we had kicked our field goal, and we were able to put a touchdown on the board, then get up 10-0, and it was a great all-around team effort. But defense played huge today.
Rosemount, obviously a very tough team, a great opponent. You guys came out and really keyed in on one of their players. Who is that, and why in particular are you guys really keen on him?
Well, they've got a good receiver, Bra, that he's an all-state kind of kid that is getting looked at by all kinds of colleges. Last week he had a huge game, lots of catches, tons of yards, 3 touchdowns, and they were just kind of throwing it up to him. So Coach Vossen and the rest of the defensive coaches, Coach Hamer, Coach Bowman, Coach Heller, all those guys put in a great game plan this week against them. We're able to play underneath, and we had some guys that they played team football. We had Cody Schenkelberg move to a different position. Devin Knopke, who's been an offensive guy the entire year, moved over to the defensive side of the ball to try to take Bra away. And I think, I'm not 100% certain, but I don't think he had a catch tonight, and so it wasn't to any lack of an effort on his part, but I thought we played great defensively, and it was a huge effort.
Awesome. You guys look ahead, Apple Valley next week. Apple Valley obviously having a difficult season, but you never want to overlook an opponent, especially in the Lake Conference. Anything in particular that we're looking at for these guys?
We haven't had a chance to look at them on film yet or anything. The biggest thing I think we got to look at is what you said. We can't overlook them. Every team is a formidable opponent, and we got to make sure that we get this. Right now, I just got done talking to the team. There's a couple things that are on the line for us right now. Mathematically, section championships, or section number 1 seed is still potentially open. Conference championship is potentially still open. Obviously, we need help in both of those areas in order to do that, but we have 1 loss in the conference right now. We can finish this season at 6-2, which would be the best record that we've had here at Lakeville North. We finished 5-3 a few different times, and if we get this win next week, we'll finish 6-2 in the regular season. So there's a lot of things that are on the line outside of just a tough game against Apple Valley that we have to play for. So we're going to come out firing and ready to go on a short week, and we'll get a chance to break down Apple Valley this week and see what we got when we get back to practice on Monday.
Let's get some reaction now from linebacker Ben Skelly. Ben, awesome game tonight. You guys shut out Rosemount. Tough team, 17-0. Talk about the defense's effort.
Well, we came out keying on 82 Vra, and I think he had 1 catch, I believe. So good job with Devin Knopke. He covered him up tight, and Shank was jabbing him all night, and we stopped the run with the D-line. Matt Hanna, Chase, Cole, and Slow played phenomenal tonight, and we just kept them out of the end zone.
You guys moved to 5-2. Looking forward to Apple Valley next week. What do we got to talk about with these guys?
Apple Valley, they're going to come out tough. They're a Lake Conference opponent, so we got to take them like none other and just come out hot, and hopefully we can get a victory and roll into sections.
Ben, talk about your eyes.
My eyes. I don't know. I just do it to try and freak out the opponents, and they were talking about it before the game, so maybe it got in their head and put up the goose.
Good to see. Saw a couple nice sticks out there by you there in the fourth quarter. Hit their tight end pretty hard a couple times. You guys keep rolling 5-2 now. Got a little piece we're putting together here for the playoffs. What do we got to look forward to in the next couple weeks here? Looking forward to the playoffs after Apple Valley.
Playoffs, hopefully we can roll right through, and there's going to be tough games. Teams only get better as you keep on moving, so hopefully we can just keep rolling and roll on into the state tournament.
We're here now with Panthers defensive coordinator Brian Vossen. Brian, awesome game tonight. You guys win 17-0. Defense put up a heck of an effort. Talk about the game.
They're a tough team. We were as prepared for any team as we've been for them, and we were nervous that we knew they'd battle. Last 2 years we haven't been able to get them, and when we've talked that there's kind of 3 teams that have really plagued us: Eastview, South, and Rosemount, and to come out and do what we did to them it's incredible. We got a lot of guys busting their butt, and our defense played well. I'm proud of them.
Awesome. You guys obviously coming off a tough loss last week. How do you guys go preparing this week in practice to rebound with such a good defensive effort and effort overall by the team? But obviously you're on the defense, so what do you got to say about that?
The biggest thing, we talked to the guys and we just said, look, YZ is a great football team. All credit to them. They're classy, they're hardworking, and they pounded us. But we wouldn't play them again unless it was in the Metrodome. So one of the things we talked about before the game is we want to get our first of 6 in a row. And Rosemount was number 1, and then Apple Valley. And then it's time to run the section. And we feel like what lies ahead of us is very potential for us to win. There's a lot of tough games ahead of us yet, but this gives us the confidence we need to both our offense and our defense.
Awesome. Anyone in particular on your defense that stood out for you tonight that you can think of that just had a great game?
Yeah, a lot of guys. I'm proud of all our guys. Our D-line plays hard every single week, and week after week we ask them to do, to stack or pinch or chop, whatever it is. They don't complain and they bust their butt. We had Cody Schenkelberg, who played corner for the first time ever, and he came out and he squared off on Vra with Devin Nopke over the top, and he didn't have any catches today, which is really an incredible job. And of course, Ben Skelly with that tackle at the end of the game, laying on the ground, fist pumping. I mean, he takes the game to a different pace. The guys feed off his energy, and just as a group, they're a pretty tight group, and it's fun to watch. I got the best seat in the house.
Panthers look ahead next week, go to Apple Valley on the road to end this regular season. Look to end the season up 6-2 and move strong into the sections. See you guys next week.